Hi, welcome to this week's class. We are going to start this class with some really scrummy moves, stretching you out, leaving you feeling great. All you need is your mat and a safe space to work out in. So I will let you grab that and I shall see you in a moment. Okay, so today's class, for everyone that's just joining us, is a lot of mobility-based moves. So I just want you to work quite slowly. Just enjoy the freedom of the moves, just the fluidity of the moves. Let us start with our legs together. So on high knees, I want you to keep the legs squeezed together, because that way, when I feel like I'm spinning my thigh bones inwards a little bit, I feel my inner thighs, my outer thighs working, my bum, and I feel a lift in my pelvic floor. So even if you don't feel it, it's going to be there. So focus on that inner thigh connection. Let your arms go heavy, your shoulders are easy. When you're ready, let us inhale, lift the right arm up, sweep it back. You're looking back at the arm, and you exhale, bring it down and round, and then you look in front. Let's go for 3 more on this side. Inhale on the lift, reaching back to the wall behind you, exhaling. 2 more please. So just working through any tension we might be holding on to in our shoulders, in our chest. Give me 1 more please. Taking it back as far as you can without forcing it. And when you're ready, we switch sides. Give me 4. Inhale, lift. So inhaling through the nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, don't purse your lips, don't cause tension in your jaw, just a soft mouth. Give me 3. Looking all the way back down that arm. So just getting a bit of rotation through the spine and a little bit of neck mobility. 1 more time, please. Lift it up. Sweep it all the way back, exhaling. And coming to center. When you're ready, lift both arms out in front. I'm going to turn to the side. Legs still squeezed together. Breathe in, open the arms, lift your chest and your gaze up to the ceiling, so extending the spine. And then as we exhale, I wrap my arms around like I'm giving something a great big hug. I feel my shoulder blades separating, my belly pulling into my spine. Inhale on the open, so your arms open like wings. And exhale, I feel like I'm hugging around a big old oak tree, tucking my tailbone, nodding my chin. And 2, inhale, open out, gazing up. Exhale completely as you wrap those arms around. 1 more time, each direction. Exhaling. And then when you're ready, come up tall. Lower your right arm down by your side, have your left arm up by your ear. We are going to inhale, side bend. Now I'm just going to notice how far down my leg this arm comes. And then I exhale, lift. I'm trying to keep my left arm by my ear, so I know this flexion, this side flexion is coming from my spine, rather than my head just going and my neck doing all of the work. Give me 2 more. Inhaling into the left-hand side of the rib cage. Exhale, lift. Hopefully you feel your hands just edging a little bit further down your leg each time. Lift it up and switch arms. So this is my tighter side. So I am not going to force it, but I'm making it very deliberate. Exhale, lift. So when we're noticing how our body moves and seeing these little discrepancies throughout the body, we just understand the body a bit better, and hopefully, for me, I think that's why we get less injuries when we start doing Pilates. 1, because we are more mobile, we're stronger, but 2, it's about just understanding our bodies a little bit more. When you're ready, reach both arms in front. We are going to thigh stretch, so spin your thigh bones inwards, keep a length through the body as you inhale, go back. And exhale, we lift. So I don't want your hips hinging, okay? So I feel like I'm pressing my hips forwards as I inhale, take it back. My rib cage is connected. And as I come up on the exhale, it's like there's an energy coming from the crown of the head. Give me 2 more. My knees always make a massive plunk when I do this. I think it's quite normal. As long as there's no pain, just crack on. Last time, please. Inhale back. And exhale, float up. Let us take our hands behind our head. Step your right foot forwards. So I'm in a kneeling lunge position. Let me just wiggle back a little bit. And I just want you to press your hips forwards and then come up tall. Let's go for 3 more, please. So just opening up that hip, lift your breastbone up. And we lift. Make sure you're not pulling your head forwards. I feel like I'm pressing my head back into my hands. It's going to help strengthen the back of the neck. Last time like this, please. Elbows wide. Then we come up, taking our hands onto our hips. Now, I would like you to press your hips back, straighten your right leg. My balance is really bad. I'm trying to stay lifted through the breastbone, and we come on up again. You could take your arms wide if you're as wobbly as me. And we straighten that leg. Press the hips back, lift the breastbone, and bring it forward and into your hip flexor stretch. Give me 2. You'll press this 4, pull that right big toe back towards you, and forwards into your hip flexor stretch. Last one, please. So a lot of mobility, but balance right at the same time. Pull that big toe back, feel the back of that right leg stretching. One more time, into your hip flexor stretch, and come up to center. Take both hands down to the floor. So my hands are inside of the right foot. My hand is pressing into the side of the right foot. Inhale, lift your left arm up, gaze up to the ceiling. Press your right arm and leg into one another. And exhale, lower, down. 2 more, please. We lift, we twist, we gaze up the arm. And release. I'm so wobbly. Why do my wobbles never get any better? Last one, please. Spin your rib cage. And softly take the left hand down to the mat. Let's do the same with the right arm now. So we lift and spin, but can you just pause there? More weight in your right big toe. Pull your right knee to the center of the mat. And then lower your right arm. Twice more, please. Inhale, lift and twist. Pull your knee central. And exhale. So you're looking at your arm the whole time. Last time, lift and twist. And we lower. We're going to help ourselves up, so we're kneeling again. If this feels a lot on your knee, you could tuck a cushion under your knee. Take your hands behind your head again. And we're going to side bend to the right. Keep your left elbow lifted to the ceiling. And come on up. So I feel my front ankle really wobbling around. Taking it the other way. Working hard to stabilize. Coming up. Just 2 more, please. Take it to the right. Left elbow high. And I press the back of the head into my hands to lift me, connecting my back line. Last time, please. We go left, your right elbow's high. We come up to center, and we take our arms wide for a bit of balance. I just take my weight forwards a little bit so I can pick my left foot up. I'm going to take hold of my foot. I'm going to try not to fall over, which I did in this morning's class. And then I'm going to take the foot with the other hand. I spin my arm bones backwards, I lift my breastbone up. So if you can't hold the foot, just let it lift itself up. Lift your breastbone and feel how that helps stretch out your quads. And release. I'm a bit slower than me. Leslie, I'm glad I'm not the only one. My foot shot out of my hand. Switch legs, please. Remember, you can tuck something under the knee if you wish. Okay, so you're ready for your hip flexor stretch. Hands behind your head. I don't know why I'm so rubbish in Pilates. Shift the weight forwards. And come on back. The amount of Pilates I've done myself over lockdown is bonkers. I'm still really rubbish. So there's never perfect in Pilates. Give me 2. And I think if we're aiming for perfection, it's not going to happen. So let go of that thought. Last one, please. Okay, I'm hoping I'm a bit more balanced this side. Hands to the hips or arms wide. And we're going to stretch that left leg. Oh, I'm better this side. Pull the big toe back towards you. Bend the left knee, shift the weight forwards. Breastbone lifted the entire time. So still my breastbone's lifted. It's just a hinge in the hips. Bend the knee, take the foot down, and stretch. 2 more, please. Shift the weight. And take the weight forwards. Last time, please. Let's get that left leg as straight as possible. Oh, I am a bit wobbly. And bend and release the hip. Okay, come to center. Take both hands down. Remember again, the left hand is inside of the left foot. And we lift your right arm up, breathing in, spinning the ribs. Breathing out, lower. Can we press the arm and the leg into one another as you rotate? That's going to give you a little bit more twist. And take it down. Last time, please, on this right side. Softly taking the right hand down to the mat, pulling the knee central as you spin your left arm up. And release. Twice more, please. Hopefully you'll feel you're getting a little bit more rotation each time. Lower down. I need you to have a strong connection with your left big toe to the mat as you spin the ribs. And lower down. Help yourself up. Take your hands behind the head. Press the head into the hands, elbows wide. Side bend left. Exhale up, nice and slow. Inhale, side bend right. Exhale to lift you, pressing the head into the hands. Feel how that makes you stronger. Twice more, please. Remember, when we're doing these moves, we're just trying to wring out as much movement as possible. Final time. And we lift up. Taking your arms wide if that helps you balance. I shift my weight forwards a little bit to pick my right foot up. I take hold of the foot. Maybe I don't. If you wish, you could take the foot with the other hand. Again, arm bone spinning backwards, breastbone lifted. Press your hips forwards a little bit. So you're stretching out the front of the right thigh, working on your balance. And slowly lower that foot. Oh, I've got control of that side. Okay, I'm going to bring you off of your knees and we're going to mermaid. We're going to do it with our legs together. I'd like your knees kind of facing to the right a little bit and your feet tucked under the left-hand side of your bottom. My 2 legs have just become my mermaid's tail. So you're like a mermaid sitting on a rock. Grab your ankle, please. Okay, this is trickier than with your legs apart, so really focus. Lift your right arm up. Okay, get as much from it as you can. I'd like you to breathe in, side bend, but look up to the ceiling. And come on up. We don't always look to the ceiling, but I keep seeing people rotating down, so I want you to side bend, look up, because wherever your gaze goes, your spine, or your head follows and your spine follows. And exhale, lift. Pull on that leg. Give me 2 more, please. And I want you to notice how it feels this side to the other side. When you're ready, take that hand down. Reach your left arm out. The elbow bends into the waist, so let the elbow bend in and feel like you're pressing the mat away from your hand. Feel like you're trying to stretch the mat. And come on up. Actually, let's look to the ceiling again. Inhale, bend the elbow into the waist. Press your mat longer with your right hand. And exhale, lift. One more time like this, please. And then we're going to take it into our side bend move. So we're prepping ready for it. Come up, and I'm going to change the position of your legs. Obviously, stop at the level that suits you. We're going to go for 2 variations of side bend today. Okay, so my hips are open. I haven't got my knees into my chest. I'm no longer a mermaid. My feet, my knees and my hips are stacked. I press my right hand away from the mat. I'm going to change the breath. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, side bend and gaze up to the ceiling. Press your hip high. And inhale slowly down. 2 more like this, please. Use your exhale to lift you. Keep the knees connected. Looking up. And then slowly I come down. Try to keep the arm over the head rather than your forehead if you've got that, if that's accessible. If your arm's here, you start spinning down. If your arm's over your ear, you're going to keep the integrity of that side bend move. So you could stay there. If you've got any shoulder issues, stay there. If not, take your bottom leg long, step your top foot in front of the bottom foot. You're really going to use that foot, but as I say, if you've got shoulder issues, don't push anything. Inhale, and exhale, we come up to this rainbow shape. Hip high, gaze up, arm over your ear, and lower slowly down. Can we just kiss our hip to the mat rather than rest? 2 more. My arm's shaking now. Oh, there's a massive crack from my shoulder as well. And release down. Final time, please. Up, up, and over, looking up, hip pressing as high as you can. Squeeze out every last drop from the move. And release. Let me spin your legs to face the other way. So into our very classical version of our mermaid. So pulling on the ankle or the foot. Lift your left arm up. So for me, this is my trickier side. So again, we're never going to force it, but we get as much as we can. Inhale over. And exhale, lift. So when my back goes, this right hip is always the problem. So I'm definitely not forcing anything. It's not pain, ever, but I feel like I'm getting as much from the stretch as I can. Give me 2. And lift. Let your breath help you. Inhale. Looking up, which I really struggled to do on this side. Exhale, lift, take the hand down, right arm out. Feel like you're stretching your mat with your left hand elbow in, looking up, and lift. 2 more, please. Inhale, take it over. Exhale, lift. Final time, please. And we come on up, ready for our side bend. If you wish to take it further, of course you could still stay in mermaid. So hips open, feet, knees, hips stacked. Press your hand away from the mat, breathing in to prepare. And your exhale is going to lift you. Gazing up and softly lowering down. Give me 2 more, please, like this. So the ear goes to your shoulder, the other arm is over the ear rather than your forehead if you can. Softly the hip kisses. Final time like this, perhaps. But of course you can stay here if you wish. Take it down for me. If you're about to further, you'll move bottom leg long, pressing into the top foot. So the top leg is bent to begin with, but then the leg straightens out as you go into this lateral move. Gaze up, hip higher. And release. Such a beautiful shape. Love seeing you do this on my screen. Last 2, please. Looking up. And lower that hip down. Try not to really rest it if you can help it. It's a little tap. So we want that full range of movement. And then up. Hip up, 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 up. And take it down. Well done. Oh, work through those wrists. And we're going to lay on our back. I'm just going to grab a sip of my drink. So we're going to go for some shoulder bridges. We're just going to look at articulation first of all, and then we're going to add some foot strengthening to it. So press your arms and your hands into the mat. Shoulders connected, your neck is long, and your heels are fairly close to your bottom. So they're under your knees and your feet are just a couple of inches apart from each other. Let your back just fall into its comfortable position. You're not forcing it down, you're not arching it on purpose, it's just as it is. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, peel your bottom up, your lumbar spine, your mid-back, coming all the way up to our shoulders, so you're in your bridge. Just pause here. We spoke about, at the beginning of the class, how when our knees are closer together, so just pull them in, not together, but closer together, feel where your strength is. You're working to your midline, you're so much stronger. Hips a bit higher, drop your ribcage down. And on your next exhale, melt the spine down. Try and find each vertebra individually. And then at the bottom, as you breathe in, your back just falls to that comfortable position, its natural shape. Exhale, we come on up. Just listening to our body, noticing any tight spots. Pause at the top, breathing in, knees a bit closer, hips a bit higher. And exhale, melt. And feel you're creating length down the spine. I'm using my hands as much as my feet on this entire move. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale, come on up. Knees closer, hips high, ribs heavy, neck long. Melt down. So you're looking to the ceiling rather than to your chest. Find that release at the bottom where your tailbone kind of sinks down into the mat. And then we come on up. Now, I want you to come onto your tiptoes and then bring your feet closer to your bottom. So your hips are high. I would like you, please, just to part your knees nice and wide, but your hips stay high. So you're more onto the little toe here. And then bring your knees together. Feel how the bottom muscle works. Your hips stay high. Spread those knees, pressing into your hands. And then come more onto the big toe as you squeeze your knees slower together. Maintain your height. Give me 4. We open. Drop your ribs heavy. And we slowly squeeze. Take your time. And we open for 3. And as we squeeze our knees together, lift those heels higher. Feel how the calves and the feet are strengthening. Squeeze those legs. Oh, my legs are shaking. Can we 2? And in. And 1. Bring the knees in. And then pick your right leg up. And take your right toes down. Left leg picks up, so your right heel is still high. Take the foot down. Give me 4. So we're just marching. Get that left heel higher. Feel how it's really strengthening the arch of the foot. Lower the right toes down. Give me 3. The pelvis is quiet here. It's not wobbling all over the show. And lower. Give me 2. And 1. Slowly down. Melt the spine down. Oh, and then hug your knees into your chest at the bottom. Just give everything a rock out, a little bit of a massage. And then come to center. Left foot to the floor, just the knee bent slightly. Take your hands behind your right thigh and pull it into your chest. And then reach your right leg up to the ceiling, flex your foot. So we've been working on our single leg circle a lot lately. That doesn't change today. Just prepping our leg ready for it. Soften the right foot, pull the knee in. And we lift and flex the right foot. Pull the right big toe back towards you. And bend the knee, let your foot go floppy. Stretch your left leg long on your mat, big long back. So the left leg to the center of the mat. Your left big toe isn't rolling out to the side of the room. Pull the big toe to center. Flex your left foot and then extend your right leg and flex the right foot also. Now I'm going to press my arms into the mat. I'm going to allow my right foot to soften and I'm going to pull my right knee a bit closer to my chest. So I'm having to bend my leg a little bit to get that thigh close to me. Remembering when we circle our leg over the body, just circle it over, pause, I've picked up from under the right hand side of the pelvis. I take the leg down, my pelvis stabilizes as I complete my circle. Give me 5 more, a bit quicker than that. I'm thinking about my left big toe pulling back towards me the whole time. This little bend in my right knee, it's not straightening and bending. I found the shape of my leg and I'm maintaining it. Last one, please. And change direction. So the pelvis stabilizes as the leg goes out and down, and then it picks up a little bit as my leg goes over the body. So you find that small amount of rotation. Give me 3. And 2. Gazing up to the ceiling. And 1. And when you're ready, pull that knee into the chest. Wiggle it side to side as you're pulling it tight just to ease it off. And when you're ready, take the right foot to the floor, knee slightly bent, hands behind the left thigh. And extend the leg up and flex your foot. Don't take it to the shake zone. You're feeling a stretch, but you're not shaky. Soften the foot, pull the knee in tight. And again, flex and reach. It's like you're trying to stand on the ceiling. And soften the foot, bend the knee in. Take the right leg long. Flex your right foot. Pull the leg more central to the mat. So imagine my hand is inside your right foot. Feel like you're pressing your foot into my hand. Feel how that makes the inner thigh work. And then left leg goes up to the ceiling. That foot flexes also. And then I press my arms and hands down. Left foot goes floppy. The shakes are real. And the left knee comes into the chest a little, unless you've got super stretchy dancer legs, which I definitely haven't. Circle the leg over the body, find rotation, and then complete your circle. Give me 5. 4. You're still pressing your right foot into my imaginary hand. 2. And 1. Change direction. Let me keep an eye on the time. Blimey. Only 15 minutes left and so much to do. Give me 3. Get that thigh bone closer to you as you complete the circle. Final 1. And pull the knee into the chest. Wiggle it side to side. And when you're ready, take your hands behind the thigh, elbows wide, head lifts, and press yourself up or rock yourself up. Okay, we're going to go for some side lying work. I really want us to get into the hip today, so let's just lay down on our arm. Or you can make a little pillow for your arm, whatever works for you. My bottom leg is bent, my top leg is long. I want you to reach the leg as long as you can and feel how the waist tries to pick up from the mat. Okay, my hands on the floor just for a little bit of stability. Flex your foot, kick your leg forwards, feel that stretch down the back of the leg, just as you did in our single leg circle, and point, take the leg back. Let's take our time here. Inhale, kick forwards with the flex foot. How much stretch can you get? As you point, take it back. Let your sternum press forwards a little bit, so a bit of extension of the spine. As you kick your leg forwards, pull the sternum in toward your backbone and the spine flexes. Sweep it back, a little bit of spinal extension as you stretch the hip. Last one, sternum pulls back towards your backbone and sweep your leg back. Take your fingers onto this front knobbly part of your hip. Keep your leg behind that finger as you circle it. So the hip bone's pressing forwards a little bit. I don't want it to roll back, but it's the leg going behind. So the structure of your pelvis is barely moving. But again, you're not rigid. I would like one more this direction. And when you're ready, change direction. Give me 6. And 5. Imagine I'm there with you, pulling the ankle. So you're reaching your leg as long as you can. You've got length from the hip. Give me 2. And 1. My bum's aching already, thinking where we are going next. Keep that leg behind. Lift it up as high as you can. Take your hand to the floor now if you wish. Pulse up, up. You're not dropping lower than your highest point. You're just squeezing a little bit more from it. Don't bounce it. It's slow. Go for me 4. Up higher. 2. 1. Flex your foot. Spin your thigh bone inwards a little bit so the side of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. And pulse here, really working into the outside of the hip. Give me 3. Leg longer. Foot flexed. 1. Lower the leg halfway down. Oh, I don't know if I can do this again today. Kick forwards. Feel that stretch down the back of your leg, then spin your toes to face down. Flex the foot, so push through the heel. Tap. Lift. Tap. And lift. I keep making a fist when I'm doing this. There's better be no tension here. It's quite menacing, isn't it, me making a fist at you? Oh, give me 2. Big toe facing down the whole time. And 1. Hold it up, pulse. Give me 8. 7. As high as you can. That thigh bone spinning inwards. Don't bounce it. Give me 4. 3. 2. 1. Bend it in. Oh, give your bum and your leg a little bit of a rub. And then press yourself up. And I'm going to spin you over to do the other side, please. Oh, I feel bruised every time I turn over and sit on that bottom. Oh, okay, no drama. Let your neck go into a comfortable position. Bottom leg bent, top leg reaching. Let me make sure my drink's not going to be kicked over. I flex the foot, I kick the leg forwards. I point the toes, I sweep it back. Again, that breastbone presses forwards. Give me 4, inhale. And exhale, create that length. And 3, so this leg is never flopping about. It is long. It is strong the entire time. You can have your hand on the floor or on your hip bone if you need that reminder for the pelvis to stay quiet. Last time, please. And sweep it back. We circle behind. 6, 5. They don't have to be huge circles, but I want them behind so we're opening the front of the hip, working your bottom. Give me 2 and 1. Change direction. We go 6. Reach the leg longer. 5. So it's a bit like your single leg circle, but obviously you're working right into the bottom here. 3. Why does my left leg always weigh more than my right? Last circle, please. Finish with the leg long behind you, then lift it up. Oh, I've got less height there. We pulse, pulse, pulse. You can have your hand where you need to. 3, 2, 1. Flex. Big toe faces forward. We pulse. Breathe as you pulse. Again, I want you to notice these differences one side to the other. Not to worry about it, just to be aware of it. Lower the leg halfway down. Push through that heel. Kick forwards and spin your big toe to face down. We tap and lift. Leg closer to your chest. Tap and lift. I don't want it drifting away over there. It's closer to you. Give me 3. Push the heel. Feel how that stretches out the back of the leg. 2. Keep an eye on the time. And 1. Hold it up. We pulse. Pulse. Give me 6. Push that heel more. That big toe can definitely face down more than that. Give me 3, 2. The leg is shaking. Oh, bend. And release. And we're going to roll over onto our backs. Okay, knees bent, feet are on the floor. We're going to do a figure 4 stretch, but we're going to ease ourselves into it gently. I'm going to take my right foot onto my left thigh. Oh, that's tight. I take my hand, I press my right knee away, and then I allow it to come in. And it goes out and in. So in Pilates, there's more, rather than holding stretches, we move in and out of it. If you think of our hip flexor stretch, when we were on our knees earlier, we don't tend to hold a movement. We tend to move and your muscles give you a bit more. Last one. If you wish to take your stretch further, take your hands behind your left leg, and I'm just going to rock side to side a little bit as I pull the legs in towards me. My right knee, I'm trying to press it away from me. I am so tight today. This is painful. And release. Take both feet to the floor. Give your bum a wiggle. But I know as I get onto my left side now, it's going to feel a lot looser because I am right side dominant. So again, listen to your body. Left foot on your right thigh. Press the knee away and allow it to come in. Press and in. Give me 2. Release. Last one. And when you're ready, if you wish to take it further, right foot off of the floor, hands behind your right thigh, and just have a little wiggle side to side as you're pulling the legs in towards you, but pressing the left knee away at the same time. A couple of breaths here as you rock it out. And take, untangle your legs, hug both knees into your chest, and then take your hands behind your thighs to rock you up. We're going to go onto our tummy, and we're going to get into this upper middle back, and again some more movements through the hips, more strengthening of your bottom. So if we could lay with our legs together, our forearms crossed, I'm pressing down on the forearms to lift my breastbone and lift my gaze. So I'm looking just up above the skirting board. So by doing this, we get into that area that can get that hunched appearance as we get older. Obviously, we don't want that. So press down in the arms to lift your gaze up. I would like you to lift your left leg up. Reach it longer. Kick the foot back to the bum. Reach it long. Lower it down. Right toes go longer than the left, the leg lifts. Kick back, reach long, lower down. Just give me 4 more like this. I'm thinking about the pelvis isn't twisting side to side. Again, there's some movement there. I could probably rest a tray of drinks on the pelvis. They'd wobble a little bit, but I wouldn't spill them all. Last one on the right. Okay, can we lift both legs up? Press into the arms to lift your breastbone up and flutter your legs. Breathing as you swim with them. And when you're ready, take them down. Okay, I'm going to look down to my hands now, down to my forearms, just so that we can work entirely on the legs. So they stay long, but lift them up. Okay. Stay long, but spread your feet wide. Bend the knees, heels come together, your knees lift higher. So my heels are together, my toes face out, I'm like a frog. Pulse your knees up by squeezing your heels. Give me 4, pulse 3, pulse 2, pulse 1. Straighten your legs, spread them wide, bring them together as they're long, take them down. Let's do that 3 more times, reach them long. Spread them wide. Bend them in, your toes are at a turnout. Squeeze your heels, pulse up 5, 4. Feel the bottom working. 2, 1. Wide and long. Bring them together. Lower them down. Last set, please. Go long. Spread wide. Flex the feet as the knees bend. 5. Squeeze those heels together. 3, 2, 1. Take them long and wide. Bring them in, lower them down and take your hands under your shoulders. We press ourselves into rest position. Take a second to let everything neutralise. Wiggle the bottom side to side. Eyebrows into your knees. And when you're ready, just press into your hands. We're going to go for a bit of a pigeon stretch. So I would like you to take your left leg across the mat. Your right leg is long. So your left knee actually faces out to the left-hand side of the room. The left heel is kind of lined up with your right thigh bone. Right leg pulls to the centre of your mat. Now just wiggle side to side a little bit. You press to the left, but don't let your right hip drop down to find that stretch through the left hip. Okay, so I'm kind of lifting my right hip up a little as I press my left hip to the side. And then to deepen the stretch, you take your arms long, let your head come down towards the mat. Again, don't let that right hand side of the hip drop down. Breathe into your stretch. And then when you're ready, walk your hands back in so you're propped up. More rotation, lift your left arm up, spin up, your gaze follows your arm. And then perfect, that's it. And reach your left arm under your right arm until your left ear and shoulder comes to the mat. So we're just going to let our breath flow here. Just feel how your shoulder blades are separating and releasing there. I press into my right hand to pull my left arm up again. Twist, 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 breathing the whole time. And then thread through. Just release into it. One more time, press into the right hand to lift your left arm up. Spin a bit more if you can. And we thread through. Just check your right leg is still towards the center of your mat. Again, just breathe into this stretch. Can you reach those fingers to the wall on the right hand side a bit more? And then when you're ready, take your left hand back to line up with your right hand. Tuck your right toes under, bring your right knee off of the mat, step your left leg back so you're in a plank. Step your right leg across and through. Okay, left leg center. Note that my left hip isn't dropping down to the right heel. It's lifting up off of it and pressing side to side a little bit. Have a good feel around where do you get the most from your stretch. And then if you wish, you sink deeper into it. But again, still, I'm not letting my left hip drop down. I kind of press my right hip down as I lift the left hip up a little. At the same time as gliding my weight slightly into the right-hand side of the room. When you're ready, walk your hands in. Keep the breastbone lifted. When you're ready, lift the right arm up. And we thread through and try and sink into it. Okay. Again, lift the right arm up. And thread. Can you get a little bit more each time? Last time, please. Twist and spin. Gaze up to the ceiling. And thread through. Just hold it a little bit longer. Reach those right fingertips to the left-hand side of the room. And when you're ready, come on out of it. Take your right hand down. Tuck your left toes under and let your left knee come off of the mat. Sweep your right leg back and through so you're in your plank. Give me an up stretch, please. Downward facing dog. Encouraging our heels down to the mat. Bend the knees a little bit if you need to. I want you to feel like you're pressing your chest back towards your leggings. And then when you're ready, walk your hands into your feet. And we're going to press up. So even the weight out in your feet. Softness to your knees, your arms and head are hanging, and you rebuild your spine, thinking about that vertebra by vertebra movement again. At the top, we lift the arms, lift our gaze. Arms go wide as you roll on down. Everything going heavy down to the mat, apart from your belly button pulling into your backbone. Don't look in front, you're looking back between your legs. Taking the hands flat to the floor, then walk out 3.5-ish large steps to your press up plank position. Of course you can come to your knees if you wish. Obviously don't have to. Your back doesn't arch, your head doesn't become heavy. We breathe in as we lower down, the elbows brush your ribs, and we exhale, lift. Don't come all the way down for a rest though. 2, so your nose isn't going between your hands, your nose goes towards the front of the mat. And lift. Last one, please. Keep that spine strong. No dipping and arching. And lift. When you're ready, give me an up stretch. So let's find that position again. Heels pressing down. Bottom pressing back. Chest pressing back towards your legs, and let your tailbone curl up towards the ceiling. Your head is hanging. And then when you're ready, walk your feet into your hands, please. So you're in the center of your mat. Just hang here and rotate your wrists a couple of times each direction. Changing direction when you're ready. Make sure all of the weight isn't in your heels here. It's really even between or throughout your whole foot. And stack your spine up, vertebra by vertebra. And at the top, lift your arms up, gaze up. Breathe in. Exhale, sweep back. And lift, all of the energy now. Give me 3, inhale, exhale. Give me 2. Shaking away any tension. Last one. And you are